Okay, so I want to talk about how to find your happiness. You know, where to find it. Because, you know, when I was, the beginning of my journey, I should take off my shoes and socks and put them on the grass actually. So I'm just going to do that now. Because, that's good for you. Let your feet soak up all that natural energy that's naturally in the grass. You can see my feet. Yeah. So, finding you're happy. So I realised that, when I used to talk about being happy before my journey, I didn't actually know what it meant to be happy. I thought that, not that I thought, because I didn't actually think about anything really like this, but I did think that, I'm happy when I buy something. I'm happy when someone buys me something. I'm happy when I go on holiday. I'm happy when someone does something that I want them to. I'm happy when things go my way. But all of those things are on the outside of me. I know I was happy when I had a laugh, but that was so obvious that I just didn't really think nothing of it. I just didn't think that was the only way that I'm going to find my happiness through laughter. Because you don't laugh that much, and when you do, you only laugh when something happens. Do you know what I mean? So, but what I've come to realise since then is that you have to really find your inner child again. That is how you find your happiness, your happy place. You have to really, just let go and decide that, you're not going to care anymore. You're going to be young again. You're going to be fanciful and footloose free. You have to make that decision for yourself. Now, I can hear some of you saying, I work in, a courthouse, so I can't be childish, at work. Okay, fine. Then as soon as you get out that door, you find your childishness. You find your inner child. You've got to look for that part of you that used to be in awe of everything. You know what it's like when you see, a 3, 4, 5-year-old kid. That everything is interesting. Everything is really funny as well. And you've got to kind of be like that. Now, maybe it's easy for me because, I can be quite childish and I've always been not very much of a serious person, but that's how we all started. We all started as children and not very serious people, so we've all got that, Peter Pan inside of us. And it seems really silly, but I'm telling you, that's what I do. I keep things really light, I keep them really easy, and I keep them really funny, and keep them really, really childish. I don't go too much, I don't overthink things, because overthinking and overanalyzing is, such an adult trait that it's one that you can really just discard, yeah? It doesn't help. But laughing and cartwheeling and doing backwards roll and watching cartoons and laughing your head off and being away with the fairies and not knowing what day of the week it is and just wanting to play or just wanting to do the things that you like. They call that childish, I call that the good life, yeah? So I do everything that I want to do, just like I did when I was younger. When you're young, you do what you want to do. Do you know what I mean? And so it gives you this sense of freedom, that you're free because you're doing what you want to do, and that's where I am now. I am reading because I like to read. I'm playing around because I like to play. I'm doing exercising every morning because I love to exercise. I'm making jokes because I love to make jokes. I come in the park because I like to come in the park. I sleep in because I like to sleep in. I really can't think of anything that I'm doing right now that I don't want to do. Because I'm not working for anybody. I'm concentrating on my own stuff, my own business. I still, remember I said about the wanting, so I'm still not wanting, just waiting and being cool about the Empress Baker. I know it's going to come. So it's not that there ain't going to be things that I want to do, but because these things are things that I already enjoy, it's not going to feel like I'm doing any work. Like making these videos, it doesn't feel like any kind of effort. But someone could be doing this for a job. Do you know what I mean? And if you're doing what you love for a job, then it really won't feel like it. So I think that you should concentrate on finding your inner child. And if you've got children, really just look at them and look at how happy and free and carefree they are and want a bit of that. There are times when my daughter, she's 18, and probably she acts more adult than I am, but I'm hoping that, she will be mature now, because every teenager wants to be mature, and then you'll be normal, and then like me, when you get to 30 you start growing young again. You know, I've got all faith that she can do that, and that everyone can do that, because what you've got to do predominantly is put yourself first, put your wants first before anything and everyone. I mean, you could have loved ones out there, like I have loved ones out there, but I remember, you know, when I was, before I started my journey, I guess when I was asleep, when I wasn't aware, I wasn't making my child happy because I was depressed all the time. So she might, you know, be like, you know, she wants me to be mature again, but that person, you know, we didn't really get on. Do you know what I mean? We get on much more now, and we love each other much more now, and that's because I don't have the stresses and you know, life barriers that I had when I was working with someone else, and you know, trying to live the life what I thought was right. And you think it's right because you watch telly, because you see your family, because you see your friends, because you know, open up a newspaper, because you don't live under a rock. So you think that that is the right way to do it, but it's not. The right way to do it is whatever you want, whatever makes you happy. And don't be scared to take a leap of faith to get yourself to that place. You know, so my journey started a long time ago, even before I started making these videos. I mean, to be honest with you, I believe it was about 5 years ago, even though I only started making the videos like last year or the year before or whenever it was. But, you know, there's no time scale on the journey, especially for someone like me who doesn't even believe in time. I don't even know what day of the week it is, and I couldn't even tell you what day it was today. But anyway, I do believe in, you know, finding your inner child and using that space to make yourself happy.